What up, Copper family? I'm Tyson, and this is Austin. I'm really excited for you guys to get to know Austin a little bit better. So, but Austin, if you guys remember, we did a video about him giving what was close to 2 feet, right?
Yeah, it was 25 inches.
Yeah, of hair to kids for wigs for kids.
Wigs for kids. Yep.
Wigs for kids. But yeah, here's Jeff right here. He works at BD, and he says, "Hello from Salt Lake, 86-degree day." No joke.
It was a beautiful day.
And then next week, a little snow.
Well, spring in Utah, you got to love it. You never know what you're going to get.
Right. All right. So we got Mr. E. How you doing, buddy? He's been on this show before. He's out of Maryland. Super nice guy. Then we got Gabe. Him and Amanda, they love their tacos.
Oh, got to love them tacos.
How you doing, Mark? Appreciate you. Mark's probably one of the biggest supporters of Copper Johns. He's a super nice guy.
Welcome.
And same with Russ. I appreciate you guys all joining us today. I know it's a super warm Sunday. Everyone wants to be out and about, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us. So, Austin, why don't we talk a little bit about who you are? How you and I met. We kind of been partnering up a little bit and talking business as well as all that kind of stuff. Like, let everyone know who you are.
Well, my name is Austin Herrera, and like in my little synapse that I gave, I'm from the Ogden, Utah Valley. I met Tyson. Let's see, we met back in September.
Yeah,
of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
As I transitioned into a new job,
and no beard.
No beard at that point. No, and this is actually, I'll pull that down a little bit. This is only the second beard I've ever grown. Was always kind of a little bit self-conscious as it was growing in, not very thick, didn't look very good, but like all things, you feed it, give it some water, and before you know it, it turns into a big bushy beard. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
And so that's when I got to try out the Copper Johns products. Immediately fell in love with the oil, your carbon fiber brush that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love it. And just getting together and talking about different beard care, how to trim and all that stuff. So that's how I got to know Tyson.
Yeah, it's been
pretty awesome.
It's fun. Austin and I, we'll have deep conversations. Not that we're going to talk about those here, but there's certain things that I want to do outside of the the realm of beards that isn't business related, but it has to do with YouTube and stuff like that. And Austin has a really cool. Well, Austin, why don't you tell everyone about what you do? I mean, you have so many things going on. Oh,
well, I do have lots and lots of things going on. Most importantly, right now I'm really big into cutting and polishing different crystals, different rocks, primarily like opals. Kind of brought one so you guys can see. This started off as a rough stone. Ooh, there we go. And got into this probably about 10 years ago, cutting different things. And so as I was learning about different rocks, different minerals, I just came to start loving it. And how can I start working with these and creating, jewelry or just settings for other people to set their stuff in. So that's like one of my really big hobbies right now. Mm-hmm. The other thing is I love the outdoors. I just got back into town last night from Fruita, Colorado, doing some mountain biking. Put a lot of miles on the trails, which was a whole lot of fun.
How far do you think you went?
Oh, I did. It was just under 30 miles.
Okay.
Yep, over 2 days. So I believe our first day ride was just under 14 miles. And then our second day was a little over 12.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, and it was a whole lot of fun. My first time out there, but I've been mountain biking for about 5 years now.
All right.
Here around the Ogden, Utah Valley.
So you know my physique.
Yeah.
So I went, when I was doing more lifting and more bodybuilding, even though I just got into it, we went up to Park City, where the Alpine slide is.
Mm-hmm.
So we rented some bikes that have some really nice, like literal brake pads and everything like that. And we rented them for the day, and we rode all the way up the tram all the way to the very top. And by the time we got done that day, they had to replace the bike, the the brake pads and everything because that's how much we put a strain on them. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, just riding. It's
but
fun.
definitely an epic time if you ever get an opportunity to go out to Park City. Got to do the
Dude, so
Alpine
much
ride
fun.
at least once. At least once.
I remember there was one time where up there it took us like an hour and 10 minutes to get to the top with the tram. And it took me, I think we timed it was like 67 seconds to get down. We were flying. I was so scared.
Well, I would imagine it'd be very similar to being on a snowboard then.
Yeah.
Flying down that and hugging those turns and letting a big old smile out like you're a little kid again.
Oh, it's so true though.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about.
So tell them about your snowboarding adventures because, like I said, you do everything.
Yes. So I also snowboard. Little sad that the season is already over, but it is what it is. Could have been better snow here in Utah, but any day on the mountain is better than a day in the office or at home washing dishes and cleaning house. So yeah, I come from a snowboarding family. At least my older brother and my younger brother, they are very avid snowboarders. They did a lot of competitions with rail riding and all that stuff. And
this guy right here, Chase.
Yep, from Chase, the old Floridian. But I have always been more of like just a relaxed rider. I like doing more of the backcountry, getting those powder turns in. I ride Snow Basin personally, but I love all the resorts here in Utah.
And just so everyone who knows doesn't know Utah or the ski resort, Snow Basin. If you were back in 2002 Olympics, Snow Basin is where they did all the downhill skiing and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Which I'll never be an Olympian, but it's always fun to hit those runs and be like, yeah, okay, I rode where the pros rode. I can do this. So yes, I love snowboarding. I try and get up there as often as I possibly can. If it's not snowboarding or mountain biking, it's hiking. I love to have my feet on the trail. I want to be in the mountains. Hence why I took off work last week, just so that I could go and enjoy some mountain biking with my brother and some friends.
Have you ever done rock climbing? I've never asked you that.
I've never done actual rock climbing. My fingers are double jointed, and they lock up really easy when I hold on to tight surfaces because I've tried doing the rock climbing, but I definitely enjoy the rappelling. When me and my lady we first met, she kind of got me into stepping out of my comfort zone and putting the rope around and walking off the edge of a cliff. And by doing that, I realized that there's nothing that could stop me. If I put my mind to it, no matter how afraid I am, I can move forward and do those things. One of the things that I realized in my about mid-20s was that the relationship between fear and excitement are very, very similar. The only difference is the thought pattern. The feeling is very, very close to the same. So overcoming that and stepping out of my comfort zones allow me to get more into these extreme sports and just have fun with it.
Yeah, no, I think there was I can't remember who I was listening to, but there was a better self-help book or something out there that always said, do one thing that scares you every day. Yeah. And I definitely see that. That's why I got into certain things like, powerlifting and stuff like that, because I'm like, dude, that's so much that scares the crap out of me.
Absolutely.
So I went and trained so that I could do it.
Yeah. And even over this weekend, I mean, there was some of the trails that we rode that, outside of my expertise and just kind of saddled in and hung on. And man, it was amazing the fears that I was able to overcome just on this last weekend doing that. Hitting jumps that I'd never thought I would hit, or doing like trial type runs where I'm trying to pop my bike tire up onto the slick rock to get myself up and over. And man, what a great feat for me.
Do you have a video of that?
You know what? I didn't have any video. I took very few pictures because I'm all about being right there in the moment.
Okay.
I don't want to bust out my phone and have to mess around and try and get.
You got to get a GoPro, man. I think that'd be fun to watch.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Especially now that they got those floating lenses inside of them. So, I mean, you could really do some of these sports and get great views, professional views.
No, I agree completely. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing that for when we go up to Jackson Hole for Copper John's retreat and see what happens. I think it would just be fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially if I get thrown.
Yeah, on your guys' rafting trip that you guys are doing? Absolutely. Yeah, that would make for a great video.
So we have Mark. He says, Austin, I agree with that statement. I have anxiety, and the only difference in feeling is anxiety and has fear.
Yep, absolutely, Mark. And it's not easy because, our brain, this computer inside of us, it gets under this programming and it's so hard to break out of those cycles. But once you start figuring out yourself in the game that you play, you can learn how to break those cycles and move through it. And once you do that, man, really anything is possible.
Okay, we weren't going to talk about this, but just when you guys were talking about this, so I heard that there was this psychologist. He's a psychotherapist, something like that, and he was saying that. I have to think exactly what he said. Our brains have been programmed from infancy, from long time ago, and evolved to now, where we always have to think about what's next. Like, okay, we got our food now. Now, what are we going to do? Now, and our bodies are full. We have clothing. We have roofs over our over our head. So our brains are still trying to figure everything out, and so all of a sudden it creates future problems. So and it makes you think of things in the past so that you don't do that again instead of like focusing on the now.
Yep.
He's like, you got to focus on the now because we have everything that our body needs, and we have that security, so it's coming with these false senses. Anyway, I thought it was really cool. I'm like, I never thought of it that way.
Absolutely. We get stuck on the consequences of what's going to happen if I, hit this rail or drop off of this ledge, when really your body, you already know what you need to do. It's just a matter of getting there.
You have to train it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jeff, biking in Moab, absolutely epic as well. I'm actually thinking about trying to plan a trip in the fall to do the whole enchilada on the La Salle range. So really looking forward to that.
One day when you have patience, you have to let me come hang out with you and do all that stuff. I think that'd be really fun.
You're always welcome.
When you have patience.
I was a teacher for 8 years. I have patience.
What up, Marvin? How you doing? So Marvin, I'm trying to be like Marvin. I'm no joke. Austin is the same way, Marvin. Austin has recently lost a few pounds, if you don't mind me saying that, Austin.
No, not at all.
And Marvin lost 100 pounds just recently.
Good job, Marvin.
So now he does reviews and he goes on YouTube and talks to people and stuff. And he always just has overalls with no shirt. So I always give him a hard time.
Yeah, it's not easy getting into shape, losing the weight. But man, I feel a lot better knowing that I've lost the weight and I'm able to do the things that I love that much easier. So, I mean, being passionate about what you're doing, whether it's going on a hike by a river or just even sitting at home and you have a little bicycle wheel that you work on, doing something will get you there.
So do you fish at all?
I do fish. Actually, my little brother Chase, he's a very avid fisherman living out in Florida. I do some fishing out here. I've recently gotten into some fly fishing. I mostly just like hitting the shore and moving around the lake. And we have kayaks as well. Me and my lady, we do some kayak fishing from time to time. And some of the smaller.
See, that's the dream, man. You have the dream.
I sure I am working on it.
Yeah, that's just so cool. I'm actually these guys know who Sober Eric Chef is, but he's out of Colorado and he's been sober 13, 14 years now. Remind me, guys, if I'm wrong, but he's coming out to Park City because his sister lives here. And I'm going to take them to Echo Reservoir and we're going to go fish at the end of this month, some smallmouth, because he's never been there before. And it's the closest thing to Park City.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful lake up there too.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's probably super empty, but we'll try.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
We're still getting some runoff, so hopefully some of these lakes will fill up just a little bit more.
Sure. I thought Pineview was going to be lower than it was this year. We went fishing a couple last weekend and it was pretty full.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't been up to Causey yet this year, but I heard Causey's doing pretty well too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So hopefully with water restrictions and everything, maybe we can beat the drought a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So let's dive a little bit into it since we're kind of get all the niceties out of the way. Yeah. So what makes you unique?
What makes me unique?
Yeah.
Oh, just me. I love being an individual. I've always been one to kind of go against the grain. I had this crazy haircut in high school where it was kind of short on the back and long in the front. I thought it was all punk rock. And then I realized, no, it's just emo.
Yeah, it was emo, right?
I love just being different. I embrace the difference within me, the uniqueness that I have. I'm goofy, I'm weird, and I own it. I got no problems with it. That's one thing. Everybody wants to put filters on themselves, and it's like, why filter yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Just be who you are, be true to yourself, and everything else will come in line. But yeah, uniqueness with the rocks. I mean, I've not always had a love for the rocks, but it's definitely made me a little bit weirder as I'm, going around these stores and, oh, look at that. What kind of ring is that? I love engaging with people. I think that my uniqueness brings the uniqueness out in others. I make them feel comfortable, and I think that's a pretty
That's what I was about to say. Is you have a very there's something to say about being able to feel comfortable around someone, and you bring that to some people. Like I've been able to open up to you more than everyone else probably at work, just because you and I get you and you get me, and we can just talk, and
yeah.
we know for a fact there's zero judgment. That's one thing I like about you, is you don't judge.
No.
Um, and you own who you are, and that's pretty cool. Not a lot of people do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I worry about judgment just like everybody else, but at the end of the day,
John
they don't
John
even
goes,
know.
sounds like flock of seagulls.
You know what? Yeah, it actually does look like the
Did you
guy.
have the little hair up here too?
No, I didn't have the little faux hawk looking thing, but yeah, it was definitely a flock of seagulls look.
Oh, that just makes me
But
happy.
Jonathan Livingston Seagull, that's what it was all about, just being unique and
Mhm.
flying on your own beat. If you're familiar with the book,
So what makes you grateful?
what makes me grateful?
What makes you feel the most grateful? Like, what are you the most grateful for?
I think I feel the most grateful for my ability to help others. You
Okay,
know,
how so?
like you had me mention, connecting with you. I am very good at connecting with people and coming onto their level and gaining an understanding to maybe even just have a simple conversation or maybe assist them with difficulties in their life. I feel very grateful that I have that ability. I'm grateful that I have the ability to get up in front of people and talk and was able to teach so many people for so
Hmm.
long. I mean, that made me feel a lot of gratitude helping people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So if everyone doesn't realize, he used to teach, and I'm teaching too right now. And a lot of people I teach, he's taught in the past, and everyone's like, Austin's the best teacher ever. So I think that's pretty cool. What do
Thank
you wish most people understood about you? Like, what do you feel people don't understand that you wish they did?
you. That's kind of a tough one. Um, I guess. I don't know, Tyson. I don't know. I guess I've been kind of. I'm a little reserved, but I'm an open book at the same time. So I feel like if anybody ever really had any questions for me, I feel
Hmm.
like I'm pretty open to where I could communicate with them. But one thing that I guess that I'm maybe misunderstood on is maybe my hair. Prior to having my hair like this, I wore it in kind of a man bun.
Yeah.
And, with the beard, I would get, labeled as maybe a hipster or I've lost a lot of weight. So a lot of my work clothes are a little baggy on me and I haven't gone out and shopped out again. And so kind of have that 90s look still going on. So if anything, I just wish people would be more open and willing to have conversations with me instead of the whole, not
Yeah.
saying that people do that, but, I'm sure it happens from time to time.
Yeah, I can see that. I think
Yeah.
that's a really good. Yeah,
I'm
you
all
wish
about
people.
taking it back to the source. If you're
Mhm.
having an issue with somebody or somebody has offended you, made you upset, ask them, talk to them about it, have a conversation. And I feel like as a society, we've kind of slipped out of that a little bit.
Yeah, we were actually talking a little bit about that today, about how social media has allowed us as human beings to interact in a way that we've never interacted before, where we have no repercussions of what we say. Like, think about it. Back in junior high or elementary school, when we were kids, we say something, we would get hit. Like, you're an idiot, and it's over.
Yeah.
Now you do it, it's not that big of a deal. And so then it's leading away, and it's just creating so much hate.
Yes.
And it's crazy to me how much hate there is in the world right now. And I'm like, dude, if we were just reserved and we held back what I'm like, okay, so he's wearing baggy clothes. Ask him, you don't need to judge him and talk crap about him. But that's what social media, I feel like, that has been. Hey, what's up, Steven?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's creating a lot of mental illness within our society as
Hmm.
well, where people are seeing only the glorified moments in each individual's life, and then they all of a sudden they start feeling like, well, what's wrong with my life? And I want that, and I want that, and then it creates this almost depression within that I think hurts people.
Yeah, I agree completely. Um, Sorry, I'm just checking comments.
No, you're fine, man.
So, what do you think is the biggest risk you've ever taken? Because you've taken a few risks.
The biggest risk I've ever taken.
Let's talk about three different risks. Maybe
Okay.
personal, physical, and your sports, your activities.
Okay. Let's see. Well, so on the sport activity thing, like I said, this past weekend, I was riding trails, not familiar with them, slightly technical, and
Hmm.
me overcoming those obstacles really helped me out and built my confidence on my bike so that I'm able to tackle even greater technical difficulties when it comes to that stuff. And not only just in that, but I can even take that on into my personal life as well.
Hmm.
As far as coming over a personal getting up in front of talking people was really hard for me. And
Really?
yes, absolutely. I was a little bit, 12 years ago, 10 years ago, I was a little bit more, um, I didn't show myself very well. I didn't really express myself. I kind of wanted people to stay away from me a little bit.
Okay.
And taking on that teaching position, it really, really helped me get out of that comfort zone. And now it's like I can just get up and talk in front of anybody. So that was always
Wow.
a fear because, like we had talked about, being judged,
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
up
yeah.
there, am I delivering the information correctly? Does my audience like me? And I'm engaging with them correctly. Are they grasping what they're here for? Or is it a waste of their investment, which was never good if I felt that way.
Hmm. Yeah. And yeah, I think so the thing that I learned as I've taught, since I've taught in college since 2010, and I kind of moved on to this role. Um, at first, it was hard for me to be critiqued, and now I open it. Same with Copper Johns, like when I send out something for testing or whatnot, um, it's like, no, I really want to know now. Like I want to better it,
Yeah.
and I just even the nitpickiest thing I want to know.
Yep.
And before, just kind of like how you were scared to get in front of people. Um, Before that's what my thing I was afraid of that I've been able to now I'm genuinely just like, no, tell me. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
No. And like you, I welcomed it. It's like, I would tell my audience, hey, if you guys don't feel like I did a good job, tell me. You're not going to
Hmm.
hurt my feelings. I'm not going to take it as a negative comment. I'm going to take it as, okay, I get to work on that. Or, as a teacher, you have bad days too, and you can't really take that into your class because when you took that in your class, it would reflect back on your audience. And so, shaking through that negative thought cycle inside of my head and just going for it and just being like, hey, this is what we're here for, despite what I had going on through my life. These were all great tools that I've been able to learn by doing that.
I love it. um yeah, I want to talk to more about you about that later. But you lost a lot of weight. You've been able to
Yeah.
accomplish a lot professionally. I mean, you were telling me about your lady and how you kind of went after her and she
Yeah.
didn't want anything of you,
No,
and
I
you
had a paper.
and and just everything you've accomplished in life. So what has motivated you, like, to stay motivated, to continue doing what you're doing, to continue, because you're going to be starting a business here shortly,
Yes.
or and your lady already has lots of, like, she's getting her master's degree and she has a job. She has what, two companies?
Yes. Yep.
And the dog food, and not the dog treats.
Dog treats, Wags and Paws Bakery,
Yeah.
and then she has her massage business as well.
Yeah. And so then she's bettering herself that way to better you, both of you guys. So what makes you stay motivated?
Really, it's my lady. She's the one who is always pushing me to eat healthier, be healthier, investing in my body for a better future. Um, you know, in my 20s, I wasn't very healthy. I ate a lot of fast food, on the go, living on my own, um, and was able to. put on some pounds. And then I had a friend who decided, hey, you should start coming to the gym with me. And, of course, I was self-conscious about going to the gym. I'm out of shape. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be looked at. I don't want people laughing at me.
That's a true statement, though.
It is, man.
Because I feel that right now.
Gyms are hard to go to. But I kind of just put that aside and just focused on what we were doing. And he taught me a lot about lifting, heavy lifting. And then I just kind of moved away from the gym scene. And my lady got into nutrition. And she has taught me a lot about the food and digesting and what my body actually needs. And we eat really, really healthy thanks to her and all of her hard work.
I need to get her on into the stream one day.
Yes.
Because we're talking about overall grooming and health, and I think that would be beneficial for a ton of us.
Yep.
Just because better nutrition means our overall, our skin, our appearance, our hair is going to be better.
Yep, absolutely. Her good cooking and healthy cooking, very clean eating, really played a huge role in my weight loss. And I can honestly say that. What keeps me motivated with losing weight and getting better is the sports that I do. The snowboarding, I want to go longer. I want to do more runs. I want to get into, hopefully by next season, I'll be getting into splitboarding and doing a lot.
Oh, is that the one I showed you?
Yes. Yeah, where the snowboard breaks into two pieces and you put the skins on and you go uphill.
Dude, that'd be so epic. You have to have a GoPro for that crap.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. There'll definitely be an investment for the GoPro on that.
But then you also have to get one of those inflatable things, bubbles, so that because you will hit an avalanche.
Oh yeah. The new the safety vests that they have and safety jackets with the rip cords that inflate to keep you up on top of the snow. I mean, when it comes to backcountry, safety is absolutely key. You cannot forgo any type of safety. You got to learn how to read the snow, what aspects are going to be more dangerous or more avalanche hazard than others. Oh, he's eating tacos right now.
Yeah, I love Dagan. I really do.
That's what's motivating me. The mountain biking, like this weekend, I put on about 30 miles. I would like to do that, except have about 50 miles on the next run when I go back out there through that conditioning and losing a little bit more weight and just keeping after it. So my activities, what I like to do in my spare time is really what's motivating me in staying healthy, eating healthy, being healthy, losing the weight.
Yeah, it's just being able to do things like me with my family, just being able to go hiking. Like tonight, like I said, we're going to go hiking tonight and hit up Waterfall Canyon. I think it just sounds so much fun to me. And last year, I wouldn't have been able to do it with my knees and my back. Now I'm just like, let's do it.
Oh, and it's going to be beautiful up there. It should be still going pretty good.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you can still see it from 24th Street Viaduct.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
If you look up there real close, you can see that there's still a good amount of water coming out of there. So it's going to be nice. And I love how that mist comes off of that waterfall after a long hike, and it's just cooling you off. And yeah, it's absolutely.
I'd never asked, but do you think you might be coming to Jackson Hole and Yellowstone with us?
I would like to.
We should talk about it. Yeah. Just because you're talking about waterfalls. I'm like, yeah, these guys, if they've never been to Yellowstone, haven't experienced waterfalls. Unless you've been in Niagara Falls.
And there's a lot. There's a lot of beauty in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's what's keeping me motivated.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that me just wanting to be healthy is what's been pushing me. Just wanting to just be back to my old self.
Yep.
But
good old country boy. No work, or you don't go to the gym.
That's Marvin.
It's Mark. Just curious if you've ever looked into the knees over toes workouts, which is pretty popular, getting pretty big for building up those calves and working out with that core. Highly recommend you look into that.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, you should check it out too.
Yeah. So is there something that you dreamed of doing that you've never done before, and do you think you're going to ever get it done?
I would love to backpack Europe. That has always been something, ever since high school, that has been something I've always wanted to do. I want to just go travel, and I just want to get lost, go hike to one town to the next town, or jump on a train. I think that would be so neat to be able to do.
Just go
And
stay in a bunch of hostels at night.
yeah, I would say at least 2 months, because not only do I want to go and I want to see the museums and experience that, but also I want to see the country. I want to get involved with the community. I want to see what it's all about. And with the technology we have these days, with Google Translate and everything, it's actually making it more and more reasonable to be able to do a backpacking trip like that through
It's
multiple
true.
countries.
And not know the language, but still be able to use that.
Exactly. The communication barriers are starting to come down. So that is something that I would love to do.
So
Absolutely. I would probably start in, I would say maybe Germany, and then work my way out to like Sweden and Finland.
that'd be so cool. See,
Yeah.
and I've always wanted to go to Italy, visit ancient Rome, like where the Colosseum is. Actually, hit Rome and go where. Why can't I think of the Catholic Church? What's it called? The Vatican. Check out all that. There's so much history
Yeah.
there. I think that'd be amazing.
Oh, especially if you get down in the catacombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where they're storing all the supposed information and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
Russ, carry a gun while doing that these days? Here in Utah, absolutely, man. You can carry all day, all night long. Open carry, of course, concealed carry. You need to have a license for, but yeah, you can do that.
I got weight set up with barbells and dumbbells and cable machine here in my home, and it hits weight 3 or 5 times a week. Good for you, man.
Yeah, that's really good.
Marvin does look really good. Like he's a different person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, like he's a different person. Like you can just see that not only the weight, but it's just his aura. He's just happy.
Yeah, the light in his eyes come back.
Yeah, you can just see it. It's really cool to see. That's why I give him a hard time. If I knew he was all sad and depressed, but don't worry, I wouldn't give him a hard time. But he's a stud.
And keeping moving is key.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't keep moving, your body.
And he's a Saints fan.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being a Saints fan.
All right. So, what is your definition of success? So, we talked about you doing that. We're also talked about you will be starting your business with your gems and your stones and stuff like that.
Yep.
What's your definition of success, maybe with that and in your personal life, stuff like that?
To me, to be successful is to be happy.
Oh.
If you're not happy, you'll never find success.
Dude,
and so, and watching my lady start several businesses and working through them, I get that it becomes difficult. You start getting in your head. You start thinking that people don't like the products that you're putting out or how you are advertising it. And at the end of the day, as long as you're happy, to me, you're successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it all just really depends on the type of work that you're going to be doing. For my work, getting into the lapidary or doing the lapidary and getting into jewelry making, success to me looks like a happy customer. To me, it's not about how many pieces I'm going to sell. It's about, can I make one person happy off of this one sell? Are they going to be happy with the product that they're receiving? And I know that success looks very different to a lot of people, having a big house, having a brand new car. And those are all great things. But at the end of the night, you still have to work out those thoughts inside your head.
Mm-hmm.
If you're happy, it'd be much easier to come up with those solutions to some of the issues that you have. And it's not easy. Yeah, I think successfulness is happiness.
Yes, words to live by, Aston. I love that, and you know me, and I've said this since the beginning. With everyone knows this is like my success is not only just happiness, but to create happiness for others. And I know when I lost my job in 2012, there are so many people that helped me. They helped either pay my house payment, they helped pay a car payment without me even asking. When one of our kids was in the hospital, someone came and gave us $500 because they knew it was in Salt Lake and it cost $100 to go back and forth every day. And I want to do that for people, and I want to do all that. And I think that's my definition too. Is like I want to be happy, but I want to make other people happy too, and give back to people.
Yes,
it doesn't matter if you never helped me. I want to help you, and that's the truth. Just ask my family. If I ever have money, it's just like, hey guys, what do you need? Like, it's just who I am.
And giving is so easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so amazing. The littlest things could change somebody's entire life. You know, like if you knew a flower, if you giving away a flower could change the world, would you give it away? And everybody's response probably be like, well, yeah, absolutely. Why aren't we doing that then?
Yeah.
Just to a random stranger, hey, here's a flower, or hey, let me buy your drink for you. And watching them light up, because chances are that's not really ever happened to them either. And you can tell that it changed their day. And when I'm having a really bad day, that's one of my favorite things to do, is to go out and do something for somebody else to make them have a happy day. Because seeing that smile, that happiness is what brings me my happiness.
You know what's funny, and it is funny. Like I was at Winco the other day, and I'm trying really hard to do what you just said, but to bearded men. It's weird, but it's true. Like I will go up to total complete strangers, and if I know they're working on their beard, I'll look at their beard. I'm like, he's trying. I'll go up and say, "Man, your beard is amazing." I won't tell them I'm part of Copper Johns. I won't even tell them anything about Copper Johns. And some people, some guys are like, then all of a sudden they'll say I have a beard, and they'll just light up and they'll start talking to me about beards. It just people want to be seen.
Yes, yes, they do.
And I think that stuff matters.
Yep, absolutely. And I've been doing kind of the same thing. I've been commenting on people's beards, especially as they're coming in for class or just out and about. And
Mhm.
yeah, the response is a little bit weird.
Yeah, because they're not used to a
not used to
guy like, why are you complimenting me? But
Yep. And
I
then,
think
to
this
engage them
community
even
has really
further,
helped me that way.
and engage them even further, hey, you put any products, you use any oil in that, or, what kind of fertilizer you put on that, just for fun, and get people to smile and loosen up a little bit.
Oh, see right here. So Steven's from Ireland. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But he says carrying weapons there is illegal in most of Europe.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Absolutely. Well, yeah, when traveling, I typically don't carry. No.
he always comments on TikTok. So there's some TikToks out there that talks about, filters that make it look like you're crying and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, when you're waiting after, day 3 of waiting for your beard order. And he's like, that's me after a month. He's like, you guys have it lucky. So do you believe you're going to be successful in your eyes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe that I'll be successful as far as my rock stuff. I mean, I've been cutting opals and different rough stone for about 10 years now. So it's not that I don't have the skill set for the cutting and polishing. It'll just be the soldering, which will be a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm going to sign up for some classes and, start learning some of the techniques and tricks, and then just develop it from there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I
definitely
do.
have the stone process done.
Yes, I do. Yep. Currently, I have probably 30 stones that are ready for a ring setting or a pendant setting. It's just taking it to that next step and overcoming that fear has
It is a
been
fear.
hard for me. Yeah, it absolutely is fear. Fear that I'm not going to be successful. But really, at the end of the day, like I said, what is successfulness? Happiness. And I'm very happy doing this. So if I sell only 1 or 2 a year, then I sell only 1 or 2 a year, and that's okay. I'm going to continue it and see where it goes.
Yeah, I think you need to start posting those, like I said, like the pictures that we took, because what you showed us doesn't do it justice.
No,
it's
and that's the
crazy
thing
amazing
with the opals. Looking at them through a video or a picture never is what it's actually like in hand. So, and it is pretty crazy how much they change from looking at them through a picture versus actually handling them. Yep. So yeah, I do think that successfulness with that will be great, and I believe that anything that I do, I'll be successful in, whether it's a learning lesson, taking something away from it, even though it may not have been successful, there was still learning and taking place, and really, that's what it's all about.
I agree.
Learning and growing.
So, what's the most awkward situation you've ever been in?
The most awkward situation I've ever been in? Oh, probably a wardrobe malfunction while teaching. And yeah, zipper was out that day for whatever reason. I never wear my shirt tucked in. I had my shirt tucked in. That was the last time I tucked my shirt in when I got up and taught. But yeah, I had my shirt poking out my zipper while I was teaching. And this probably went on for a good hour and a half.
And no one told you.
There were giggling. There was lots of chuckling. and I, would be briefing them, presenting to what we're going to be doing out in the lab, and they just kept. I'd turn my back, and they would kind of laugh, and I would turn back and be like, "Huh, what's going on?" And yeah, there was my shirt tail was hanging out my zipper.
It happens.
And I was working off a projector, and the projector was a little bit low, so it was kind of projecting it onto the wall. Yeah. So that was pretty embarrassing for me.
All right. So I ask rapid questions now, just for fun. They're one-word answers, maybe up to a sentence. And it's the first thing that comes to mind. Some of them are stupid. Some of them are good. It's just whatever.
Let's see it.
What's your most prized possession?
My rocks.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Meeting my lady.
Good for you. What is your bucket list? What is on your bucket list that we haven't discussed?
Backpacking Europe. I would love to do a trip out to Australia. I would love to take my family on a really nice vacation, somewhere with a nice tropical beach. And of course, open my business and watch it grow.
Good. What is your favorite recent memory?
My favorite recent memory is going to be me and my older brother Tyson looking out over a vista in Colorado. That was pretty memorable. Watching the Colorado River flowing through and watching some people hit some very technical trails.
Oh, way cool. Best childhood memory?
Best childhood memory? Be hanging out with my brothers.
What is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? Halloween.
Okay. What family member are you closest to?
My brother.
Now, Chase is here. So
yep, Chase is here. Chase, and Tyson, my brothers.
What skill would you most like to learn?
What skill would I most like to learn? I would love to learn how to ballroom dance.
Really? Out of everything?
Yes. Absolutely. I try all the time to dance like that with my lady, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I'm practicing."
What's up, Matt? Matt is Beard Laws, and he's a good dude.
Welcome, Matt.
Where's the coolest place you've ever traveled?
The coolest place I've ever traveled? Oh, Jamaica. Went to Jamaica. We rented an Airbnb, so we were not at a resort, and that was a pretty wild experience.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would do it again. Being out there with the people was awesome.
We talked about this. Who is your hero?
Who is my hero? Oh, there's so many.
That's what I said. First thing that comes
Maynard
on.
James Keenan.
Who's that?
He is the lead singer of Tool.
Ooh, I like Tool.
His words inspire me.
Okay. Is he the author of all of them?
All the band?
All the lyrics?
Oh, I believe so. So. Yep, has 3 bands, I believe.
What is the one thing that instantly makes your day better?
Coffee.
It's so true.
You know how I am when I have coffee.
That's so. What's funny is it's true. When did you first feel like an adult?
Oh, 33.
Why the random number 33?
That's when I realized I'm not a kid, and I looked in the mirror. I'm like, dude, you're looking old, bro.
Yeah, I get that. What's the most important decision you made so far?
Most important decision that I've made so far has been my career path.
Yep. I think that. Yeah, definitely.
Education.
Aside from the necessities that you need, what's the one thing you can go that you could not go without one day?
I could not go without one day.
Or could not go what?
Toothpaste.
Yeah,
got to brush the teeth.
Right? What is something that always makes you smile?
Life always makes me smile. The ups and downs, the ebbs and flows.
Yeah,
it's quite the journey.
Yeah, there's sometimes it's not as fun as you want it to be, but you sure learn from it, don't you?
Yeah, it's like a river.
Oh, I like that with the Stones.
Yes.
What are you most looking forward to?
I am looking forward to my next camping trip.
When's that?
Let's see. I'm looking at maybe the end of May going out to Flaming Gorge, do a little camping out there.
Oh, nice. They have really good trout there. They have good fishing there.
Yes. And after that, I have a backpacking trip that I'm going to take my lady on.
Nice. Just so you guys know, Flaming George is like Wyoming. Just so you guys know. There's something that I wanted to ask you, and I got sidetracked and I forgot to ask you. Dang it.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for Austin? I did want to talk to you about the wigs for kids. So everyone, you did inspire quite a few people. I know there's some Ellie and a few other people that haven't stopped in yet that usually do. Most likely will listen to this later. Yeah. What inspired you to start doing wigs for kids, and what makes you want to keep growing your hair?
So in high school, I always wanted long hair. My parents weren't all about having long hair. Be like, no, you need to look prim and proper. So I just kind of was like, got out of high school and was like, I'm going to start growing out my hair. I was probably about 21.
Okay.
And started growing it out. And it's like, okay, well, now what I'm going to do with it? And decided that I should donate it. And
shut up, Ellie. Serious? There you go. She's literally in the comments. She said we were just talking about Ellie about how we're talking about donating his hair.
Yep. And I started looking into different donation centers and realized that the most deserving people for my hair is going to be kids. And I did Locks for Love, my first donation. Did a little bit more research into the company and realized they weren't exactly who I thought they were.
Okay.
Where my hair was actually going. So I started doing more research and found Wigs for Kids. And so kind of crazy, after I had cut my hair, on one of my memories on my cell phone, it was about 3 weeks after that, was 4 years to the day that I had donated previous to that. And it was about the same length. And so my biggest thing with donating for children is, just to give them a moment of feeling normal in a really, really crummy situation. And if me growing my hair and cutting it off every few years, 4 years, to make them feel normal, hey, I'm all about it, because it's nothing for me to just let it go and let it keep growing.
It's just cool. I think that's inspiring, because I just know, like, for right now, you're really annoyed with the length of your hair.
I am, yeah.
And I would never know unless you told me. But yeah, just to keep being annoyed just so that you can help someone later on, I think that's really cool.
Yep, absolutely. A little discomfort for me for a short time, for a better tomorrow, hopefully for them.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot for them to be able to fabricate these wigs.
Yeah. And just to give them a little bit of self-esteem, a little bit of confidence to wake up and feel good about themselves. Why not?
Yeah. To be able to go outside and feel somewhat normal, or be around other kids and feel somewhat normal. I think it's huge.
Yeah.
It's not like they chose to have cancer or to lose their hair.
So, Matt has two really good questions. The first question is, have you ever hiked, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Adirondack Mountains?
I have not. No, I don't
even know where that is.
Mm-mm.
I know he is from New York, upstate New York. Like, he's really close to the border.
Oh, really?
So I hope that's okay. I think you said that before. I hope that's not. Sorry, Matt, if I was supposed to say that. But
I would love to, though. I've heard some great things about hiking back east.
I actually talked about Matt with you before, but I'll have to tell you offline tomorrow or whatever about Matt, what's going on with him. But he also asked, how long does it have to be to donate? It would help if I could grow it long enough.
I believe 10 inches is the shortest they'll go, just because they're going to lose some during the processing and weaving it in. I like to grow mine really long, just for the fact that to have a longer wig.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
Adirondack. See,
Adirondack. No, I've never heard of Adirondack. Have you hiked it?
I'm sure he has. Or he's just saying the most random name ever just to try to get us to pronounce it.
want to get the old tongue twister going.
Have you ever done this?
Absolutely. No, but I'm always open to it.
So you've done King's Peak, though, right?
What's that?
You've done King's Peak.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I love King's Peak. The face was I thought was going to be a lot harder than it was.
No, it's not too bad.
No, with
And
all
especially
those
if you
huge
break it up
boulders.
into 2 days. I know a lot of people that do it, hike it in a day, and that's a lot of hiking. I'm all about the journey,
Yeah,
taking in all the sights. Maybe do a little foraging in the forest with my lady.
I hiked it. There's a ton of mountains. It's awesome. Nice.
Yeah, it is awesome. And there's nothing more majestic than getting to your destination and looking out and being like, I did that. I got
Mm-hmm.
there.
Really, you do have a sense of accomplishment once you hit the top.
You do. It's like a rush, that
Mm-hmm.
adrenaline rush. Yep,
So
absolutely.
I I have these would you rather's now. However, um, just what shows are you on your docket now? Like, what shows are you watching? Because you and I like TV. Like, I'll watch TV while I'm working and stuff here because I have a TV and it's just me usually. So, what TV shows are you watching now? And everyone, will comment. What are you guys into right now?
I'm watching The Wilds on Amazon Prime.
The Wilds. I don't
Yeah,
know what that one is.
so it's a group of girls that are a part of experiment that are stranded out on an island, and it's just them, and they have to survive.
Oh,
And really, really good. Very psychological. I highly recommend it. It's actually drawn me in quite a bit.
he's baseball and playoff hockey.
Whoop, whoop. Nobody's watching the game. Is the game over? Basketball?
It looks like it's news right now. I bet you the Celtics won.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lincoln Lawyer. Yep, I'm watching that right now, Mark. It
Ah,
is crazy good.
my brother was just telling me about that. He was like, "Dude, you need to watch this." And I was
I'm
like,
on
"Okay,
episode
I'll
3
check it
right
out."
now.
Episode 3.
Hmm. I
Yep.
don't know. I don't have a clue how many episodes there are. Mark, how many episodes are there? But yeah, did you ever watch the movie?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's if you like Lincoln Lawyer, it's real. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yep. Yep.
Under
Under the
the
Banner
Banner
of
of
Heaven. I've
Heaven.
been watching that too. That's been an interesting one.
I think. No,
It's
I
a
don't know.
murder mystery set here in Utah, like back in
Oh,
the
I bet
80s.
you Lydia or
70s,
Candace has
80s.
been watching that one.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't do those.
No.
They
Yeah.
just depress the crap out of me.
Yeah. Some of them are a little rough. They get down there. Well, I'm really excited for the new Lord of the Rings series to come out.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yep. I guess they're getting ready to debut that. Oh, and the Bucks lost.
Yeah, a lot of the times I'm watching I like watching a lot of the fishing shows on YouTube. Like guys just fishing in the ocean or they're just learning how to different techniques and stuff like that. That's what I really enjoy too. And a lot of Disney has a lot of cool National Geographic, a
Yeah.
lot of the rock climbing that we've talked about.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Netflix has a lot of wonderful documentaries too on the outdoors. There was one that featured a climber. Oh man, I wish I could remember the name of it. Anyway, really good though. And
Hmm.
I do like the wilderness shows like Lost. Um, there was another one. I think One of Your Scents was named after it. One of the characters on it, where they go out into the wilderness and have to survive.
Oh, Fowler,
Oh,
Alone.
yeah, Alone. Yep,
Alone.
yep. I really do
Alone is
enjoy
really
watching
good.
that. Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the outdoors and camping and stuff, and it just gives you more ideas. If you were to get into a sticky situation, how am I going to
Uh-huh.
get out of this? And
What's funny is my kids are like, Dad, how long do you think you last? I'm like, as soon as I saw the boat or helicopter leave, I just call them back and tell them to come get me.
come on, man, I'm not even.
I'm just joking. Just come get me. I'm not ready to be alone, not by
Right?
myself.
At least build a shelter and stay for a couple nights.
Yeah, right. I don't think I could.
Yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Lawson Lindsay Fishing. Is that on? Is a YouTuber good to watch? Don't know who he is. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
go look at it.
snook. Yep, the old
I
snook
appreciate it,
fishing.
Chase.
Yeah, definitely love going out to Florida and trying getting some of those snooks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think next year we're going to try to hit Key West for the Copper Johns. We have a new affiliate out there who's not a part of the bearded industry community, and he owns a charter up in Key West, and he does all that kind of stuff. And so I really want to. So I said, hey, why don't we do that? And so they're both the boyfriend and girlfriend are like, yeah, that'd be fun. So
nice, that'd be awesome. That'd be way awesome. Hey, Jamie.
So sweet.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for Would You Rather?
Let's do it.
All right. And again, they're dumb. Just enjoy it. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home or an RV as your home?
RV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all day long. Sailboat, yeah. I mean, you got the ocean, but eventually you're gonna get away from land. There's nothing to be looking at out there. With an RV, oh man, you're just driving destination to destination.
Yeah, but you have to pay for the gas.
Well, yeah, stop off in a town, work for a couple of weeks, make enough money to get you to the next one. It
Oh,
wouldn't be
yeah.
bad.
Would you rather be able to dodge anything no matter how fast it's moving or be able to ask any 3 questions and have them answered accurately?
Ooh, I would take the any 3 questions and have them answered accurately. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know,
would
man.
like that, but it would like what am I going to be dodging? But
That's kind of, okay, what am I dodging? Am I dodging a car? Or is this a baseball?
yeah, like if there was like investing things that you could like, hey, I want to know this, I want to know this,
Yeah, absolutely.
that'd actually
Absolutely.
be nice.
Or, what are they keeping in Area 51, if anything?
If anything, if it's a thing. Would you rather be a successful artist because I feel like you as a gem and how what you do with your stones is being an artist or a successful business owner?
Successful artist. Absolutely. Creation is where it's at for me. There's nothing cooler than taking something, a concept from the mind, and actually building it and seeing it in real life.
Yeah.
Whether
There's
it's painting, sculpting, any type of artist type work, even musicians.
there you go. She loves your work.
Thanks, Jamie.
So who's Jamie?
Jamie is a friend of mine from, oh man, junior high.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I've always looked at people who are true artists. I have a cousin who actually has a lot of his artwork at like Temple Square and throughout the country. I think he might even have some in Rome. Like literally, like he teaches at Indianapolis University or something like that now, and like he does sculptures.
Oh,
And I'm just like, dude, when I see his stuff, I'm like, it's so real. I'm like, how do you guys do that? Like, when you see the old ancient ones where it looks like they're wearing, like you see the face and then, but it also looks like there's a cloak on top of him.
uh-huh.
He does all that. And I'm just like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And it doesn't matter where I'm at. If I see a piece of art, I'm going to take the time to stop and appreciate it because that's somebody's hard work and their dedication to that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love art. I think it's great.
Would you rather every shirt you ever wear to be kind of itchy or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper 1 square at a time?
Oh,
Told you something weird.
I'll take.
I know Matt would have to be the 1 square at a time because that's what he does already.
I take the itchy shirt. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, itchy shirt. That's what I mean. They're both crazy obnoxious because we've all been there.
Yeah, one-ply toilet paper. I mean, if you got some mad skill, you probably make it work. But no,
right?
I'd rather have a little itch here and there.
Would you rather have a flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater?
Flying carpet.
Right?
All day long. Absolutely. Hair flapping in the back of the wind. Oh yeah.
Beard.
Yep. Beard's just pulled back, grinning ear to ear. Oh, absolutely. Because at that point, you can get endless powder turns hitting those mountains, those clouds. I mean,
he's like, yeah, bidet life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I really wish I had a bidet. I think we're doing it all wrong here in the States.
Right?
Yep.
See, everyone's all itchy.
Itchy. Yep. See?
Flying. Yeah. I think all of us are that way. Jamie says, proud of you, my friend. Keep up the great artwork. Also proud of you for growing all that hair out and donating. Have a great one.
Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Well, does anyone else have any questions for him? It is 5 o'clock. It's usually the time when we call it quits. Like I said, my wife's probably upstairs right now waiting for me. So, but does anyone have any questions? And in the meantime, Austin, is there anything you would like to tell anyone before we take off?
Yes. Stay true to who you are and stay classy, folks.
It's so true. He says that every day. Everyone, you have a wonderful day. I appreciate you guys for all coming and joining this time with us. And have a good one, guys. See ya.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.